Shocked, I tell you, just shocked. People, I am amazed to report that a conservative reporter actually did their research. Actually watched the damn trailer and read the description in full and then blah 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 over the end just so they could join the outrage mob. John Miller of the White House Brief actually saw the trailer for The Hunt before talking about it. You know, unlike Fox News, Tim Pool, the bloody President of the United States, all of them went off the cuff and decided to just say how horrible it is that the poor conservatives are being hunted, when in reality, the people who kill people aren't the good guys. They're the bad guys. The people who are being hunted are the good guys. And any movie about people being hunted, no matter what, Friday the 13th, Most Dangerous Game, The Hunger Games, Battle Royale, whatever you want to say, the people who get hunted are the protagonists, are the heroes, and they all end up killing the people who are hunting them, who force them to hunt each other, whatever. I'm gonna actually play John's thing in full. You should probably go subscribe to him because he's actually honest, does his research, and everything else. I do, like most people, I don't agree with him 100%. But, you know, from this, he's definitely got my respect, because he didn't just follow along with everybody else saying how horrible it is. He actually watched the bloody trailer. Because even people, who I won't name names, who literally had the description in front of them, blah, 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 over the ending of the description, just so they could stick with the narrative so they can be outraged. I mean, come on. So, now let's have John like, dislike, subscribe, unsubscribe, comment, don't comment, and side note, unless this film actually comes out, which Universal has said that they've canceled it, not just pulled it, I won't talk about it again, don't worry. The next video will probably be a channel update, because I am going to be adding some extra things into the channel. Like a common scheduling, like, you know, Art of the Steel will be coming back, and some card opening things, and other things. Don't worry. And yeah, there'll still be the random episodes like these things, but for the most part, you'll find out later. Oh, and hey, have a good one.
All right, who has heard this drama around the film The Hunt? You guys are all wrong about it. And I personally am disappointed, because I thought for once we were going to get a film. This is not the Fox News take, but we're going to tell you the truth. I thought for once we were going to get, with this Hunt film, a movie where the conservatives are the good guys and the elite liberal globalists are the bad guys. That's what we probably were going to get with The Hunt. But no, instead, the boomer outrage machine has to make sure we don't see it. We have to be so sensitive and ruin everything. So The Hunt, it was a satirical social thriller, was going to be released next month, and it looked awesome. I thought it looked awesome. I was so excited to see this movie. But, you know, you've got all these boomers out there. How dare you have a film about hunting us dear deplorables? I got news for you. The deplorables were not the bad guys in this film. This film was supposed to, is going to feature a group of red state folks, you know, people, I think it was in Alabama or Arkansas. One of those red states, you know, one of those states that we just fly over. And the deplorable types were going to be kidnapped and hunted by the elite, by the left-wing globalist elite for sport. Who's the good guy in that scenario? And then from the trailer, it looks like the deplorables flip the script, and then they weaponize and fight back against their globalist oppressors. So it looked awesome, I think. You know, if you're into sort of gory, violent thrillers, it looked awesome. I was really looking forward to seeing it. I couldn't wait. Of course, I understand with the timing of it, with the El Paso and Dayton and Gilroy shootings, yeah, it makes sense for the studio to decide to pause the marketing campaign. That's not unusual. We've seen that before. Gangster Squad, that movie, remember that movie? The movie starring Ryan Gosling, Emma Stone, that had its marketing paused and release date, it was postponed, okay? Because it was scheduled to release right after the Aurora shooting. They said, that's not good timing for this, and I agree, that's fine. But to cancel the movie altogether is completely different. And the reason they're doing it is because most of the outrage is being blamed on conservatives. And that's partly true. You know, it's partly true. Conservatives did raise a little bit of outrage. You know, President Trump was tweeting about it. You know, you guys probably watching Fox, and they're drumming up the phony outrage. And the president saw criticism of this film, and that led to this tweet that he tweeted, quote, "The movie coming out is made in order to inflame and cause chaos. They create their own violence and then try to blame others. They are the true racists and are very bad for our country." And then right after, the release of the film was canceled. But I doubt President Trump saw the trailer. And I have to wonder if any of the people at Fox who criticized the movie actually saw the full trailer. Because I gotta tell you, if you watch the trailer, it is extremely obvious who the bad guys are here.
You're in the glorious state of Arkansas, sweetheart.
How'd you know they was lying?
Well, this ain't Arkansas, so everyone is lying.
We pay for everything, so this country belongs to us.
According to Kim Masters of The Hollywood Reporter, she writes, quote, "The blue state characters explain that they picked their target because they expressed anti-choice positions or used the N-word on Twitter." So the villains in this film, the villains in The Hunt, are the liberals who want to murder conservatives for their pro-life views. And does that even sound that far-fetched to you? No, this was a movie about how the elite liberals want to use their money, want to use their power to slaughter people who are guilty of disagreeing with them. And the big picture here is that the liberals, they've gotten so carried away with their cancel culture, they've gotten so carried away with their demonization, they're demonizing anyone they see as a political enemy. That person, you can't say this, you can't say that, you can't believe that. That's the left. You know, they say, you've committed a mild social infraction on Twitter, I'm going to murder you for fun. That's what this film proved. That's what the premise of this film was. And I mean, it's so dumb that I have to sit here and explain to you how movies work. Everybody knows they are gaslighting us because in what world are the human hunters the good guys? That was the real problem for Universal. It's that the liberals were the villains. Someone in the executive studio said, "Oh, we didn't realize when you proposed this film to us that the liberals are the bad guy. We can't have any of that." They had no problem releasing any of, remember the Purge films? Remember the 4 Purge films? They had no problem releasing any of those films where people are violently and viciously murdered in the streets. So why is this film problematic? This film's too violent? This film is too violent for Hollywood? No. It's because it is the liberal elites who are the bad guys, and that is why this film got canceled. The reason this film got canceled is because it exposed the liberals as the murderers. You see, the prevailing narrative in Hollywood is supposed to be that only white male conservatives are the murderers. They are the evil ones. You can't portray leftists as the evil ones. Are you joking me? No, this film portrayed globalist left-wing corporatists as the murderers, and that is not acceptable in Hollywood. Because you really think that Hollywood caved because a bunch of conservative outrage? Fat frickin' chance. No, they canceled the movie because it didn't fit the left-wing narrative, and that is exactly why I was excited to see it. You know, to be honest, I'm amazed that this film was greenlit to begin with. No, the real reason this movie was canceled is because it does not fit the Hollywood narrative that shooters and killers are all white nationalist men. No, this film cannot be tolerated because in this film, the progressives were the villains, and Hollywood would never cave. I mean, the idea that Hollywood's going to cave to conservative outrage, give me a break. That is just not the way they operate. No, this film poked fun at globalist leftists and their maniacal disdain for the American people, and that is why The Hunt was canceled.